Are you selling on Amazon or indeed on eBay or something like that? Not just here in Australia, but right around the world. If you are, I believe you're crazy not to also have a Shopify store. Let me break it down for you and let me see if I can show you why I think you've got to get yourself a Shopify store right now. Stick around, let's get into it. My thoughts are that you ought to be doing everything within your power to acquire customers on Amazon, and where possible and plausible, to then move them off of Amazon to your own retail outlet, what you personally control. Okay, that's how I think about this now. So I think about it as like a wheel. You've got your hub in the middle, which could be your own Shopify store, and then spokes around the outside, which are all feeding into that. Okay. And the reason I've come to that kind of realization is because Amazon has demonstrated through their actions very, very consistently that they will continue to put their fees up to sellers like you and I, what's called third-party sellers, and they will continue to treat the customers that shop on Amazon as their sole property. And we are just there to provide a thing to those customers who Amazon perceives as their customers, not our customers. Okay. And then the final nail in the coffin for me is that Amazon has gone out of their way to make it very, very difficult to brand your business in such a way that customers are coming to you and your brand specifically. So whilst they purport to have Brand Central and do these things for brands, if you actually look at what they do, they're not very brand friendly yet. Hopefully that's going to change. Right now, I don't think they are. So with that in mind, with those three different elements in mind, okay, I believe the better strategy is to think about Amazon as a distribution channel and as a marketing channel. So let me just clarify that. So Amazon does distribution, so getting your product from Amazon's warehouses into the hands of your customers. They do that better than anybody else. They are quite simply fantastic at that element of the logistics supply chain. They do that better than anybody else. Okay, and so we ought to take that into consideration and utilize that. Customer returns, negative reviews. The number one reason you get negative reviews, not just on Amazon, is things getting to customers late, too slowly. Okay, that's the number one reason. So Amazon does that really, really well. Next, marketing. Well, Amazon is where a shitload of customers go to start their search for a product. So it stands to reason that you ought to have your products on there as well. Okay. And if you sell a consumable product, so a product whereby the person orders the product and then they use the product and then they need to order more of the product, then you ought to do everything in your power to get them immediately off of Amazon into your own business so that you can avoid Amazon's fees and charges associated with selling those customers on an ongoing basis. Okay. If, however, you sell a product that is a one-hit product, then I think personally you should stick to Amazon and not necessarily, in fact, I would say don't get a Shopify platform. Okay. So that sounds like I'm being contradictory, but hear me out. So a consumer product is all a function of what's called lifetime value. So you sell a product once, you make the initial sale once, and then you've got that customer, and that customer keeps giving you more and more money. And over the lifetime of that customer, with relationship with you, they give you X amount of dollars. Well, you want to do everything in your power to limit the fees and charges and maximizes the profit that you make from that particular customer. Okay. So that's great. And by bringing them onto Shopify, that's how you can do that. Versus if they just make a one-time sale, then it makes no sense at all to have them off of Amazon. And that is because, contrary to a lot of people's opinions who won't tell you this shit, it is crazily expensive to acquire a new customer. So customer acquisition costs are huge. They're very, very high. And you've got to get over some other elements that Amazon's already mastered. You've got to get over them. Specifically, trust is a big one. Send them to your own Shopify website. It's just another website. They go to Amazon, well, they know they're not going to lose their credit card details. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. There's actually over 2,500 members now right here in Australia, and growing. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community here in Australia, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do and more importantly how we can help you build your own or grow your own e-commerce business, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that is right underneath in the description, or you can just go Google that, Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. You'll find us that way too. See you in the next video. Bye.